All right. Firstly is how do you advance your life with social media? Number one is that you have to connect with people who share your interest, people who have the same direction. There's a saying that when you want to walk far or you want to walk a long distance, get company, walk with somebody else. When you want to walk fast, then walk alone. So in life, I think you have to decide on things that you want to walk alone and then on things that you want to walk far. For example, if you want to be a Christian for a long time, you have to have Christians around you. You can't have people who are half Christians and half unbelievers as friends and then be a long-term Christian. It doesn't work because Christianity is a long walk. It's not a dash. It's not a rush that by this is to be done. If you live up to President Robert Mugabe's age, I'm sure you have a long time. You have a long time. It's going to be a long walk. And if you live up to President Mugabe's age, some of us have 70 years to live. Some of us have 50 years to live. So that's a long walk. So you want to follow and connect with people who are in your space. All right. So if you want to be an engineer as a student, or you are learning to engineer, or you're in high school, you want to be an engineer, or you want to be an accountant, you want to connect with these people online. You want to be able to see what they're saying. You want to see the places they're going. You want to be able to get some wisdom and knowledge from you. If you're an entrepreneur, you want to follow entrepreneurs. And I'll make a comment about entrepreneurship to say that it is important to connect with people who are not too far from you. You know, with all due respect and everything, I want to say that when you are learning entrepreneurship, and then people use an example of Google and say Google was started by these guys, it's brilliant. But the entrepreneur we're talking about is somebody who I saw a video on our YouTube channel earlier of this guy who started a construction company. He was telling a story, that very fantastic story. God bless you, brother. And I thought about him and I said, this guy, where he is today, and probably where I am, I'm probably a few steps ahead of him in terms of my entrepreneurship game. And I'll have a lot of things to say to him, which he can relate to, as compared to connecting with entrepreneurs who have been entrepreneurs for the past 40 years, who are far ahead. And what they say is so high that doesn't make sense to where you are. So you want to connect with people who are within your space and who are not too far ahead of you, and even people who are behind you in terms of your journey. You want to connect with people who also learn from you. Why? Because as people ask you questions, like I can see some people questions popping up on the chat box, I'm going to learn, and I'm going to have some thought processes going through my mind as I answer the question. And as I'm talking to us this afternoon, I'm going to learn from this whole interaction, because I'm learning, I'm trying to share something. So teaching actually makes you better at what you do, which most people don't know. So you want to connect with people so that you who share the same interests, so that you can walk the long walk of entrepreneurship. You can walk the long walk of becoming a specialist doctor. You can walk the long walk of becoming, if you want to be a man of God, you can walk that long walk because you are associated with people who are going in the same direction with you. Then the next thing is that you want to learn new things. There's new things all the time in your space. There's new things all the time in whatever you do. There's new things in God. There's new things, new revelations in working with God. There's new things in marketing. Like somebody asked the question, which I saw, that artificial intelligence, it helps. It helps a lot. If I was not using AI, I'll probably work for 16 or more hours a day. But because I use AI, I work 8 or less hours a day because I use artificial intelligence. And so many of the things that I do. So you want to learn new things. It's important to connect with people who are ahead of you so that they teach you, they show you new things. You see, this person was at a conference and the topic was how artificial intelligence and accounting. All right. And then you say, hey, how does it work? You go and Google it out, check it out, and then you know that this thing exists. Sometimes all you need to learn something new is to know that it exists. Then you do the research yourself and you move forward. Then the next thing is to advance your life, you find job opportunities on social media. I've shared earlier on how we hire on LinkedIn only. When you send your CV to email and all this, it's okay, but we do hire on LinkedIn. And there are so many jobs there and that people find and people connect to. So if you're not on LinkedIn and a job seeker, I consider you unserious with kindness.